tracking winter weather.
Welcome into WJHL Plus this morning. I'm Karen Jenkins, and the forecast came true today as snow is covering the Tri-Cities and surrounding communities. Let's take a live look outside right now. There's a view of a very snowy Kingsport, Jonesboro looking especially pretty this morning, and Mountain City, of course. It's looking just about the same all around our region, like a winter wonderland. Well, let's bring in meteorologist Jeremy Eisensoff right now, because Jeremy, earlier this morning you were saying, wow, we got a lot of snow, but more is on the way, which is kind of hard to believe. It's been so long since we've had a really good snowfall around here.
The storm is overperforming so far this morning, yes. Karen. You know, looking at from last night, or at least really yesterday afternoon when it started, and here we are waking up. We've got snow totals as much as 8 inches.
Yes.
In some places. Amazing. That's amazing. We still have more snow to go. So this is definitely quite the storm. So.
I'm loving it. We'll talk road conditions in a little bit, which is stay home because the roads are terrible, but I love to look at the snow. It
is certainly pretty. So enjoy the snow. Do it safely, of course, but we're looking at, you know, kind of a wide area of snow thus far this morning, and really the snow is going to be very slow to end. But we're kind of in that favored zone, if you will, of more snow growth and pretty persistent snow growth around the region. So, you know, this is kind of what we're looking at anywhere from Knoxville through the Tri-Cities over to, you know, areas to the east of us as well. So this is kind of what we're looking at now through tonight. We've got that winter storm warning in effect. And so, yeah, this is going to be a solid Saturday of more snow that will continue. And so there's lunchtime. Again, still most areas looking at snow. We could start to see that snow kind of wrapping up over the Cumberland Mountains here midday. But really, for the most part, the snow is going to persist in the Tri-Cities probably into at least early this evening. May last longer than that across some of the mountain counties. And that's where the snow, of course, persists a little bit longer, thus a little bit higher snow totals there. But already this storm has produced quite a bit of snowfall. So moving forward, and in addition to what we already have seen, we could see another couple of inches, few inches across southwest Virginia. Once we get a little closer into the I-81 corridor through the heart of the Tri-Cities, you know, really anywhere from maybe 2 to 4 to 3 to 6, maybe as much as 4 to 8, especially as you get a little further into the foothills of East Tennessee. So really the snow potential is looking much higher for parts of northeast Tennessee and into the mountains through this evening. So that really is the expectation as we move forward. Looking at another about 1 to 3 southwest Virginia, up to 3 to 6 Tri-Cities. So what we've seen now, we're going to continue to see more. And of course, the snow has been quite impressive. And of course, for much more on specific snow totals, we've got meteorologist Jared Seller standing by.
All right, yes, thank you, Jeremy. It's definitely been overperforming across most of the area. I will say the total ranges across most of northeast Tennessee and southwest Virginia have been between 5 to 8 inches. I have seen reports of a little bit higher than that in the Greene County, but we'll just go ahead and go into those snowfall totals across East Tennessee as of right now. Here's what we're looking at. Johnson City between that 5 to 7 inch range. Bristol, Tennessee closer to 6 to 8 inches. Kingsport also between 5 to 7 inches. The Tri-Cities Airport can confirm 6 inches at the airport. So we are just now about 3.5 inches to 4 inches from getting into that top 10 category. So we're closing in. Quite possible that we could get into the top 10 snowfalls at the airport by the end of this event. Either way, Mountain City closer to that 5 to 6 range as well, and 7 to 9 in Greenville. I will say most of these totals or reports were about an hour ago, so don't be surprised if you're already seeing a little bit higher than that at this point. So definitely overperforming. Here's totals elsewhere across East Tennessee. Look at that. Irwin, Tennessee closer to about 6 to 7 inches. Elizabethton also 6 to 7, Bluff City 7 to 8, Camp Creek closer to that 8 inch mark. I wouldn't be surprised, like places like Camp Creek, especially into some of the higher elevations, if it is a little more than that already. So yes, significant snowfall across most of the area. Gray, Tennessee closer to that 6 to 7 inch range, and just got the report in Jonesboro, Tennessee closer to 8 inches. So we're just 4 inches away in Tennessee's oldest town of getting to a foot of snow. So yes, significant snowfall has happened all across the area. Now over to southwest Virginia. Look at these totals, about 6 to 7 inches in Bristol, Virginia, and closer to Jonesville, Virginia, about 5 to 6. Mendota, Virginia, also 6 to 7. Big Stone Gap 5 to 6. Chilhowie, Virginia, 5 to 6, and up into Dickinson County in Clintwood, Virginia, about 8 inches. What I can say about southwest Virginia, especially places like Big Stone Gap into Clintwood, places like that in the Wise, McKinnon, Dixon, your snow will likely start to come to an end as we approach towards the afternoon hour. But south and east of I-81 will likely still see some accumulated snow. But snowfall is also in western North Carolina. Still, these are updating as we currently speak, but you notice Foss is one of the higher spots over in Yancey, about 7 to 8 inches. Burnsville also closer to about 3 to 4 inches at the moment. Remember, these totals were about an hour or so ago, and we'll continue to update these as we head throughout the day, because obviously we're getting a lot of reports of significant snowfall across most of the areas. So there's a look at your reports, and here's a look at your traffic cameras. I-81 as well as into I-26. You can see snow covered all across the region. So I would say stay inside today, enjoy the snow, and maybe have a hot warm of hot chocolate, because it is going to be very cold today. But either way, snowfall totals likely still going to increase as we head throughout this afternoon. Karen?
Thank you, Jeremy and Jared. Well, road conditions are, of course, top of mind on this Saturday, as most roadways and interstates have seen significant snowfall this morning. Our own Brooke Kendall is in our storm chaser today. She's giving us a look at what the roads are like right now. Brooke, where are you and what are you seeing?
Yeah, Karen, we're currently driving along I-26 in Johnson City, where we continue to see steady snowfall on the roads this morning. I'll go ahead and flip this camera. That way you can see these roads right now. Currently, as you can see, there is a police officer pulled off to the side of the road with hazardous conditions over there. Right now, there's very little traffic out, and that's likely because we've already seen 3 to 5 inches of snow or more accumulate overnight, with additional snowfall expected throughout the morning and into this afternoon. Though we have seen a couple of snow plows out here, we have seen a lot of stranded vehicles, as well as many have slid into ditches. Mark Nagy with the Tennessee Department of Transportation says he highly advises motorists to stay off the roads. In a statement, quote, Tennessee Department of Transportation crews have been out on East Tennessee routes since yesterday afternoon. They are plowing and salting interstates and state routes across the region. We are seeing a lot of snow that is making travel treacherous. We are asking motorists to please stay off the roads during this winter weather event. Many roads are not safe for travel right now, end quote. We'll continue to monitor road conditions and snowfall into this evening. But for now, Karen, I'm going to hand it over back to you.
Thank you, Brooke. And as you can see, just kind of one lane is open there on the interstates. And if you go slow, you can make it, but it becomes dangerous as people try to pass and go too slow or too fast. Well, here's a live view of Southwest Virginia over in Bristol. The roads again looking very snow covered, a little slushy there, but as temperatures drop, that slush could turn back to ice. So as Mark Nagy says, stay off the roads unless you have to get out. Now back on this side of the state line, here's a view of ETSU's campus in Johnson City. I don't think many people will be playing soccer out on that intramural field today, maybe building some snowmen and doing some snow angels, but we'll keep you updated on any schedule changes for ETSU as we get into the beginning of the week. Well, as temperatures will be below freezing this weekend, you may be using your fireplace more often. The Virginia Department of Energy Management is sharing tips for fireplace safety, because wood-burning fireplaces can be a leading cause of house fires, and gas fireplaces can be a cause for carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, ways to stay safe include having chimneys inspected, burning only dry wood, using a sturdy screen to contain those sparks, and never leaving a fire unattended, especially overnight. Now, if you use gas fireplaces, make sure that you do have a carbon monoxide detector in your home. Well, many homeowners around the Tri-Cities will likely be out shoveling this weekend, but that simple action can pose a lot of risk. The obvious one is slipping and falling. But that not only can cause problems, there's some unexpected risk as well. Local emergency responders say it's very easy for people to get overexerted, and that's why they have received many calls over the years because of that. Health experts add if there's no reason to get out, they encourage people just to stay inside.
People have had heart attacks while shoveling snow, so it is important to be careful, especially if you already know you have issues. You should talk to your healthcare provider about that. You know, maybe ask someone else to help you. People do throw out their back and things like that, so it is important to have, you know, proper technique.
Health experts add if there's no reason to get out, they encourage you just to stay inside. Well, Johnson City has seen significant snowfall as well, as Jeremy and Jared mentioned, and there's still more to come this morning and into the afternoon. News Channel 11's Ethan Offit joins us now live in Washington County. I think he's in Jonesboro. Ethan, how are things looking over there?
Yeah, Karen, things over here are very, very snowy still. I was going to pull out my yardstick for you, but first let me tell you where we are. We're right in front of the famous candy shop that everybody knows around here. Everybody loves the Yoda. It's right off East Main Street. And while we were out here setting up for our live shot, we ran into my friend here, Jack Holmes. And so, Jack, you came from over by ETSU. Why'd you come out over this way?
You know, I've lived here 4 years and I haven't seen this much snow, and I was like, I'm going to get out and take some pictures.
For sure. And so what intrigued you about the pictures? Obviously, you said you haven't seen this much snow yet, but what are you looking for when taking pictures?
Honestly, I'm just walking around, and once I see something interesting, take a picture. Like I saw a bird sitting on a branch and it was just eating berries. And then the tree, the wind hit it, snow fell down, hit the bird, flew away. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is actually really, really cool. Just to see nature at its finest, as you were saying. And so tell me, I know you told me just a minute ago, but how long have you been out here? And not only that, how long do you plan on staying out here?
I've been out here for about an hour so far. Probably going to spend another hour, go down to Persimmon Ridge, check out the river, look at more snow. Yeah, keep it in the ice, you know, grow it a little bit longer.
Yeah, grow it on your beard.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the things that, for other people that may want to go out and take pictures themselves, what are some of the things that you did to prepare yourself this morning?
You know, bring some snacks. I would say that. I got some trail mix right in here. Mm-hmm. It's an essential snack you need out here. Yeah, bring some snacks, have some fun, and stay warm.
Stay warm. And so I see not only do you have your Carhartt jacket on, you got your overalls, you were saying you got some long undergarments as well. So how many layers are you wearing right now?
You know, that's a good question. If we're counting socks as a layer, I guess I probably got about like 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
And so are you pretty warm under there? Is it still cold for you?
Oh, I'm sweating.
Sweating?
I'm sweating.
Okay, yeah, I got you. And so for a lot of us a lot of people watching us right now, you may be from this area originally, but Jack here actually came from Minnesota. So just final question for you, Jack. What's the difference between Minnesota and what you're seeing here today?
Well, if this was Minnesota, all the roads would have been cleared already, and there'd be guys out here unpaid clearing the roads because they enjoy it so much. And you'd have snowmobiles just ripping around, but not a snowmobile in sight.
I hear you. Well, Jack, thank you so much for your time. Stick around for just a second so I can give you a good goodbye. But for Karen, we're going to send it back to you for right now. We're reporting live in Jonesboro. There's been some Jonesboro street crews working around, but as Jack mentioned, there hasn't been too many that we've seen down here on East Main Street. But we're reporting live in Jonesboro. Ethan Offit, News Channel 11.
Thank you, Ethan. We'll check in with you in just a bit. Well, all Bristol, Tennessee city parks are set to remain closed throughout the weekend. According to a post on the City of Bristol's social media, the parks will reopen when officials determine roads leading to the parks and the park facilities are safe for public use. And here's a live look at the Tri-Cities Airport in Blountville. Their flight schedule, as you can see, several flights have been canceled today, like departures to Atlanta and Charlotte. We'll keep an eye on that schedule throughout the weekend. But for now, we'll turn things over to meteorologist Jeremy Eisensoff over in our storm center. And Jeremy, I'm from Ohio. I can tell you we used to have snowmobiles out all the time too on days like this because just things closed down, but people are trying to get out. But our advice to them is if you don't know how to drive in the snow or you don't have a place to go, just stay home and enjoy it, right?
Well, I tell you, if you know somebody that has a snowmobile, you're in good shape today. Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure most people don't have snowmobiles around here, but hey, it's a beautiful snow. Love looking at it through the camera screen or to the television screen through your computer screen. Either way, it's just a beautiful snow. And you know what? We're only halfway done, a little over halfway done with the snow today, and we're going to see many more inches. Unfortunately, if you're not a fan of the snow, if you love the snow, unfortunately, more snow to come. But this is, I think we have a good chance of getting into the top 10 snowfalls. Already at 6 inches officially out at the airport. And, last time we had this much snow was back in 2018. So it's been a minute since we've been, looking at snow totals this much. So, but I do think we're going to get a pretty good solid 8 to 10 inches out of this, at least through parts of the Tri-Cities, maybe even more than that as we head into the mountains. This is going to be really a nice, perfect zone for additional snow. This is a look at lunchtime. Still some persistent snow. So it's going to be here for a while. And so if you're, at home thinking about what you can do, probably best to stay off the roads. The roads road conditions are going to stay, pretty rough out there through the afternoon. The snow is certainly expected to wind down from west to east here by this evening and overnight tonight. So we're really not going to see a lot of snow after tonight. But again, this is all part of a system. This upper level energy is what we call it. And we're in this snow growth zone that is perfect to see those big, beautiful flakes. Great for photography, of course, but you can see how this energy is going to start shifting to the coastline later this afternoon, this evening. In fact, it's going to be kind of blizzard-like for the coastline with this storm system. This is definitely going to impact a good part of the region. So if you've got travel plans, definitely want to rethink those, because heavy snow will continue to push towards the coast, away from Appalachia, but we do have a lot of cold air in place. And so really, in terms of additional snow that is already on the ground, a few inches for Southwest Virginia, and we're looking at several inches possible from the Tri-Cities up across the mountains. And it's very, very possible that we could see another 4 to 8 inches across some of the mountain counties. So pretty impressive out there. It's 14 degrees. The snow is very fluffy, very dry, cold air in place, and we've got those chill values. Look at this, 8 below in Wise. Not a good time necessarily to be out shoveling, but if you have to be out shoveling, my advice is limit your time. Get outside for a short period of time, and then get back inside, warm up a little bit here. But it's definitely a beautiful snow, but it's a cold winter-like day today. So temperatures in the teens, down into the single digits tonight, and we're really not going to see any snow melt anytime soon until probably sometime into next week. So given the cold air in place, it is definitely going to be quite cold out there. So that's kind of the trend here on a snowy Saturday. So we're tracking the snow and tracking the cold air here, and so that will continue to be the case as we head into really the next couple of days. So fortunately, it is a weekend. All right, we're not looking at hopefully a lot of travel out there, but we'll continue to track that snow as we head throughout the weekend.
Jeremy, thank you. And again, here's another look outside right now. This is our view from the VDOT cameras over in Southwest Virginia. Still looking pretty snow covered, those roads there this morning. I'm sure the plow workers, they're trying their best, but as it continues to snow, there's hard to keep up with it. And here's a view of Tennessee's oldest town, again, Jonesboro. Not too many people driving downtown there. I did see somebody in a Jeep, because those good old boys in the Jeeps, they're going to be out, and maybe they can help some of those other folks that are stranded. On the topic of road conditions, we'll head back outside to Brooke Kendall, who is in our storm chaser. Brooke, what are the roads looking like where you are now?
Yeah, Karen, we're currently driving back towards Johnson City on I-26, where we are still seeing some snowfall coming down. These roads still are hazardous. We have seen a couple of snow plows out here, as well as still many stranded vehicles, as well as many that have ended up in ditches out here, as well as some police out here assisting those that have been involved in any sort of crashes. We have already seen 3 to 5 inches of snow accumulate overnight, with even additional snow expected to accumulate throughout tonight. I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera so you can see the roads here. Lots of snow here currently, lots of slush on these roads. I reached out to Mark Nagy with the Tennessee Department of Transportation, where he says he highly advises motorists to stay off the roads. In a statement, quote, Tennessee Department of Transportation crews have been on East Tennessee routes since yesterday afternoon. They are plowing and salting interstates and state routes across the region. We are seeing a lot of snow that is making travel treacherous. We are asking motorists to please stay off the roads during this winter weather event. Many roads are not safe for travel right now, end quote. We'll continue to monitor road conditions and snowfall throughout the day, but right now, Karen, I'm going to hand it over back to you.
Thanks, Brooke. You guys stay safe out there. And our region isn't the only one seeing snow this morning. Check out this snow on the University of Tennessee campus. This comes to us from our sister station in Knoxville. Again, it's not every day that you get to see the snow inside Neyland Stadium. Maybe they've had some whiteouts, but that is definitely some snow. And here's some more videos from across the Volunteer State. We've got conditions in Gatlinburg, Mooresburg, Sevierville, and Rutledge, all looking like a winter wonderland across Tennessee this morning. Well, thanks for joining us here on WJHL Plus this morning for our special winter weather coverage. We'll be streaming throughout the day today and tomorrow with weather updates, and you can always check our website, WJHL.com, for the very latest. Have a great day and stay safe.